What if I told you that the biggest thing blocking you from the success that you're looking for in your career isn't your skills, it isn't your network, it isn't your focus or your discipline? What if I told you that the issue is your body? That body that you live in, that you don't love, is probably the biggest thing sabotaging your success, not just in your career, but in your marriage, in your social life, in your life in general. The truth is, how you treat your body could slowly be sabotaging you on a mental level, sabotaging your success in all of these areas of your life. But here's the good news. There's a way to change this. Once you unlock the power of habit formation, once you start to build the awareness around the little things that you're doing that may be destroying your confidence, that may be destroying all of the momentum that you're trying to build, right, in order to achieve success in your life. Once you recognize what the fucking issues are, everything can change drastically. I used to weigh 360 pounds, and I was totally oblivious to how my habits were impacting these different areas of my life. I had no clue that the fact that I was addicted to fast food, the fact that I didn't feel good about myself and my body, how I had no clue it was connected to the success that I was having in my marriage. It was affecting my confidence. It was affecting my sexual performance. It was affecting my attitude. I felt like shit. You can't build success in an area of your life if you don't feel good in your body, if you don't feel good about yourself. I remember walking into business conferences and I would shrink. I would try to pretend as if I wasn't there. I didn't want to take up space. I didn't want to talk to people. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't believe in myself enough. And the reason why I didn't believe in myself is because I violated my own trust on a daily basis. And I didn't know this. But fast forward 12 years later, I lost 160 pounds. I now have confidence. I now have a beautiful relationship. I've now 10x'd my income. And it's all because of the little things that I'm going to teach you in this video today. Now let's talk a little bit about why people get stuck. And there's 4 main reasons people get stuck. The first one is called habit blindness. This is because we don't understand on a conscious level how what we do on a daily basis is affected, directly impacting, again, our careers, our marriages, our mental health. We have no clue that the things that we're doing on autopilot, we're not even thinking about it. These things are destroying us. So that's the first thing. The next thing, we have so many big emotions that we feel. We have frustrations. We have traumas from our past. We have worries and stress that we use food to help us escape from. We don't want to feel that shit. And a lot of us don't even realize that this is happening. So when you get into an argument with your partner, right, and it's fucking stressful, and you reach for the ice cream, that ice cream for a moment, very short moment, it relieves you of that feeling. And that becomes this loop. And I'm going to share more about that loop. Another thing keeping us stuck is our addiction to comfort. And listen, I get it. Breaking out of these bad habits is very uncomfortable. Some of you may not have worked out in a while, right? And the idea of being in the gym, inflicting pain on your body, it discourages you from taking that step. The emotional discomfort of addressing your poor eating choices is going to keep you stuck eating terribly because you don't want to deal with the discomfort of having to face this, right? So that's another major thing that keeps us stuck. And the last thing I want to discuss is the cue routine reward cycle. And please forgive me, right? I'm about to nerd out on y'all for a second, but this is important stuff. I need you to understand this on a psychological level, so pay very close attention to this part. What happens is stress, whether that's an argument, whether you lose your job, you get a bill in the mail, you get triggered by something, this stress is the cue. Now, what this does is it inspires you to do a routine. Some people jerk off when they're stressed out. Some people eat. Some people scroll social media. So the stress is the cue. The routine is whatever you do. Most of the time it's food for us, which then gives us a reward, which is that momentary satisfaction, that momentary relief from the stressful emotion that we're experiencing. And then what happens? A few hours later, we feel stressed again. And then the fucking cycle continues. But don't be afraid because there are solutions here, right? You can break this cycle. And it's a very simple process, but you have to commit to the process. Now understand this, the only way to get the body that you're gonna feel confident in, the only way to progress in your career, the only way to improve your marriage is by building awareness. You have to sharpen your awareness. That's a little clever way I said sharpen the awareness. You get it sharpen. Anyway, this is the only way. Now, Me personally, I use mindfulness and I use journaling. Now, mindfulness, if you're not familiar with mindfulness, and there's a lot of esoteric, you may see fucking people in Buddhist monk robes teaching you mindfulness. It doesn't have to be that out there. It's very scientific. Mindfulness is simply being present in the moment, aware of what you're feeling, what you're thinking, what's going on in your environment, and just observing it non-judgmentally. That's it. A lot of us, we are so reactive. We don't stop and allow ourselves to feel what we're feeling and then choose a response instead of reacting. Mindfulness teaches you how to put space in between the cue, the stress, the thought, the emotion, and then the routine. A lot of the times this cycle, it's automated right here. But when you introduce mindfulness, you then have a choice. And this takes practice. You have to practice being mindful. You have to practice being present. You have to practice making the choice. You have to practice breaking up that cycle. It's like software in your brain right now. It's totally involuntary. The only way to break it up is to be aware that it is even happening, right? That there's a fucking program running in your head. And then you got to practice being present with it. Now, journaling is such a powerful tool, right? So these two together, mindfulness and journaling, can change the game for you. Now, I want to give you guys a very practical thing you can do. Screenshot this. This is gold right here. This is gold. You can read it on your own time. But what I want you to do is to commit to this for 6 weeks, every day, at least 4 to 5 times a week. Let's say that. Answer these 3 questions. What actions or decisions did I make today that positively contributed to my growth? Where did I notice myself slipping into negative habits, and what triggered those behaviors? What can I do tomorrow to respond differently to these triggers and continue progressing towards my goals? You have to ask yourself the right questions. My man Tony Robbins said, the quality of your life often corresponds to the quality of questions that you ask yourself. We have to understand that we have to think a little bit deeper when it comes to addressing our diets, when it comes to transforming our bodies. It happens on the mental level first. You can do the actions all you want, but if you don't train your mind to think and be and act like a fit person, it doesn't matter if you go on a diet, or it doesn't matter if you go to the gym, because you're never going to be able to outperform the programming, your thoughts. Everything happens first on a thought level. So if you want to be fit, you have to start thinking like a fit person. You have to adopt that identity, and then the body follows. So this journaling exercise will help you to recognize what's happening on a mental and emotional level. It will help you learn your triggers. It will help you develop self-awareness, which is the absolute key. This is a great quote from Anne Frank. She says, our lives are fashioned by our choices. First, we make our choices, then our choices make us. Powerful, powerful stuff. What are the choices that you make on a daily basis? And where are these choices going to take you if you continue to make the same choice every day for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years? What is your health status if you still make these same choices? What is your financial status? What is the status of your relationship? How do your kids look at you if you make the same choices? Really reflect, or I should say, think forward, right? Think about where your life goes if you continue to make the same choices. So let's fix this. Now, I'm a big fan of sticking to the basics, because a lot of the times we think we got to take these drastic measures in order to transform our bodies and to transform our lives. No, it starts with committing to the basics, making the small changes. First thing, cutting out liquid calories. That's a very easy thing you can commit to. Stop drinking soda. Stop drinking a bunch of juice. Even if you switch to diet soda, just don't consume liquid calories. Easy start, right? Everyone's worried about doing, oh, what's my meal plan? What's my workout program? No, just stop drinking calories first. Next thing, just start walking, moving more. Let's start to reduce this grandiose concept of exercise that a lot of us, we overthink it so terribly, which blocks us from being consistent. Let's just reduce exercise to movement. Walking is one of the most underrated tools there is when it comes to fat loss. Just living a healthy life. Just move, bro. Once you solidified that walking habit, you're getting 7,000, 12,000 steps a day, then you can start thinking about the gym. Then you can start thinking about deadlifts and all of that other shit. But first, let's master the fundamentals. Next, just cook at home. When you go to sit down at that table at Red Lobster, what's the first thing they do? They bring you a basket of biscuits. There's no basket of biscuits at home, bro. Just eat at home. Cook your food at home. You can still have burger and fries. Just cook it at home. Big one. Sleep, bruh. Get your rest. You're not healing. You're not recovering. All of the things that your body needs in order for it to sustain itself and to heal itself. And it doesn't happen if you're not sleeping. Get your sleep. Make sure you're adding protein to every single meal. 30 to 50 grams of protein does the trick. And if we master this is level 1, master level 1. That's it. Let's master level 1. And then after we've mastered level 1, let's move on to level 2. I'm not going to get into level 2, but let's master these first. Obviously, if you've already mastered this stuff, if you have a workout routine, I want you to continue. I'm not telling you to stop doing your deadlifts and just walk. No, this is for people who haven't adopted a permanent habit of exercise or really overthink what healthy eating should look like. You just cut back on sugar, stop drinking soda, and cook at home. That's it. In itself can change everything for you. All right, so just start there. You also want to be intentional about building an accountability system that helps you stay on track. It's absolutely vital for you to have support, right? Hire a coach. This is my coach. You guys may know him, Chris Jones. I hired Chris Jones to help me take my physique to the next level for accountability. Game changer. I'm currently taking on online coaching clients. If you want to schedule a call, but listen, I only want to work with people who are ready. Right? And if you feel like you're ready and you need that support, that one-on-one accountability, that guidance, schedule a discovery call. The link is in the description. You may want to become a part of a community. Listen, there's something so powerful about being a part of a community of people who all are pursuing the same thing. We're all trying to level up. We're all sharing our wins, sharing our losses, having conversations about the things that we're struggling with, the things that we are successful with. Because listen, y'all, we are pack animals. That lone wolf shit, dead it. You can't do it by yourself. You're not designed to achieve things by yourself. Life is a team sport. So become a part of a community. I have an amazing community. This is actually my community right here, the We Are God's group coaching program. Shout out to, let me see who's on the screen. George, Adrian, my boy Mac, Shmoo, Antoine, Mike, Rich, Jesse, G. These are my dudes. Those are my dudes. Akil. But yeah, so join a community of some sort, brotherhood, right? Or sisterhood if it's a woman watching this video. Find an accountability partner. You got to be so intentional about this stuff, y'all. It's so hard to do this on your own. Get the accountability and it'll help you stay on track. Here's some other ideas for accountability. I'm going to go through these pretty quickly. Use apps. Use apps or journals to measure your performance daily or weekly. Calendars, physical charts, more actual things for you to document helps you with accountability. And also reward yourself. Celebrate milestones, but don't celebrate with food. Confidence is everything. Confidence is the God in you. Your confidence pretty much is the invisible architect of your outcomes. Confidence isn't something that just happens. It's built through every choice, every action. Every time you show up for yourself, you build confidence. It's the foundation that drives success, but you have to earn it. I know you've met people who are born confident, but most of us, we earned it. We built it one day at a time, one choice at a time, by pushing through tough moments. So I share this with you in order for you to believe that even from where you are, you can build. You can make these changes slowly, which will impact your career, which will impact your relationship with your partner, your relationship with your kids, your relationship with yourself. Okay, before we wrap up this video, guys, I want to give away all of the knowledge to people who are ready to put this stuff into action. So I'm putting together a mentorship program. This is a free mentorship program, and most of my clients come from this mentorship program. So I like us to start our relationship off by you just experiencing how impactful the information, the community, because I do Zoom calls with my mentorship group, right? Where I'm doing free trainings. I'm doing live Q&As with my mentorship group, and it's specifically for the members. And like I mentioned, if you are looking for a one-on-one coach or group coaching, sign up for a discovery call. I don't just allow anybody into this, into my program, into my community, because I'm very particular about the type of energy. You have to be able to contribute. You got to have the right type of mindset. So if you want to, dare I say, interview to be a part of my group coaching program, sign up for a discovery call below. All right. Remember, the body that you want is owned by a higher version of yourself. So evolve. Peace.